While the Hoops fans are excited about college basketball, the basketball season finally upon us. There's been a lot of big early season matchups, and Sports Source's college basketball insider Carl Glover has the scoop in all these early season tournaments. Carl.
Thanks, Caleb. Well, the annual preseason tournaments are behind us with a few teams in the South coming out victorious. Duke won the NIT season tip-off. Kentucky came out on top in the Cancun Challenge. Florida upset Michigan State in the Legends Classic. Florida State beat the rest of the bracket to win the Old Spice Classic, and Miami of Florida is dancing as they won the Charleston Classic. With all of these games already taking place, let's see how that shook up the AP Top 10. Kansas stays at number 1 as expected, with Texas, Villanova, Purdue, Duke, West Virginia, Syracuse, and North Carolina all moving up from last week. Kentucky remains at number 5, and Michigan State falls all the way from number 2 to number 9. Well, speaking of Michigan State and North Carolina, they square off tonight as part of the 11th annual Big Ten ACC Challenge. This is a rematch of last year's national championship game with UNC coming out on top 89-72. The Tar Heels are led by point guard Larry Jude Jr. and big men Deion Thompson and Ed Davis, while the Spartans have a strong backcourt with juniors Kalen Lucas and Lawrenceville's own Chris Allen, while Raymar Morgan handles the duties down low. The ACC has won every Big Ten ACC Challenge with a perfect record of 10-0. Well, UGA basketball is upon us now, and the state of the UGA's program has not been where most would like it, as Dennis Felton composed a 58-63 record. Felton is now gone, and Mark Fox is now at the helm. So far, his Dogs are 4-2 and will face the St. Louis Billikens tomorrow night at Steadman Coliseum. The Georgia women's basketball team is off to a hot start this season and look to continue their early season success tomorrow against UAB. You know, guys, I think the big thing is with the SEC, who would you guys say would come out on top if the SEC championship game or tournament was held today or next week? I think personally Tennessee with the experience. I know Kentucky had a great recruiting class, but they're very young. But with Wayne Chisholm and J.P. Prince and Tyler Smith, I think they'd have the upper hand.
I would like to think that Tennessee would, with the experience, would probably be the favorite team. Of course, you know, Kentucky, very talented but very young. But we saw a North Carolina team a couple of years ago on the men's side, you know, with a lot of youth. They won the national championship, so it's certainly possible. But I would like to think, at least out of the SEC, I would probably like Tennessee's chances.
I'm a big sleeper guy. I'm feeling Mississippi State and Bernardo in the middle, blocking those shots. No one's going to score any points on Mississippi State. And what's the motto? You win games by defense. You win games by defense.
You guys had me for a second. I thought we were talking about women's basketball. I was all rooting for the Lady Dogs.
So, Caleb, it brings us to the end of the segment. Obviously, Georgia's basketball team not getting off to a hot start. Women's basketball team getting off to a hot start. If you had to go out and pick a coach for your team tomorrow, you picking Mark Fox or you picking Lady Dogs coach Andy Landers? You know, at least just based on the history of the two programs, I guess I would at least have to say with the coaching pedigree, I'd have to say Andy Landers, excuse me. You know, many people will say he's underachieved for many years here at Georgia. Never a national championship. It's been a long time since they've been to the Final Four. But, you know, when you're playing in the same division as the Lady Volunteers, you know, things are a little bit tough in the SEC. But I do like, you know, their chances, at least with him under the helm. You know, he's recruited well, struggled the past couple of years, but I think they've started to kind of turn things around this year. They're off to a hot start, 6-0, won the Southern Miss tournament over the last week. I like their chances with Andy Landers. Mark Fox, still a little unproven for me. I agree with you. I definitely agree.
Well, we have the latest of the Tiger Woods saga. Some good news today for Mr. Woods. We'll have all that for you next right here on Sports Source.